Alright, let's get straight into it today, I reckon. No preamble, no other garbage. Let's just jump straight into it and get started, shall we? I want to try and get, at the very least, this court case done, but I actually kind of also want to get some more investigation done for part 2, because this court case does not look like, or this session in court does not look terribly long. So let's go! More turnabout goodbyes. Yes, I would like to load the save data, please. Oh, what room? This is the important part. Lobby 1? Oh, lobby 2! That is the worst of all the lobbies. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Reminds me of you, Edgeworth. Heyo. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Okay. I hate it when I get the line, almost the exact line from the game, in me trying to do like a sick burn. Makes me look like an idiot. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. Nah. That's quite a claim from someone who forges evidence. Oh! He taught me what it really means to prosecute. Why is that in, like, quotation marks? Is that is this a euphemism? Well, I mean... Alright, let's just move on. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh, yeah, I know. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Well, if he actually committed the crime, then that he should be trying to get him guilty. But, you know, we just happen to know better. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Yeah, that's... Like, you know that scene in, like, Get Smart where Steve Carell criticizes Anne Hathaway for profiling the great Khali as, like, a villain? Like, when you see this dude, you'll be like, man, that dude is a villain. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! Yeah, but he hasn't met me. He's as ruthless as me times 20. It's fine, we'll beat him. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. You didn't take her to the freezing hot spring. Or whatever the hot stream, whatever she wanted to go to. I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. We got this. What are you whispering about? Mystical powers. Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. We're in courtroom number 3. Now, I hope you pictured that man, right, from the distance on the left there. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Like, look at him. He's like Sam the Eagle if he was, like, pure evil. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here if I were not completely prepared? You're prepared to lose. Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge here. I mean, look at him. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. I think anybody would be nervous being grilled by Von Karma. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late on Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then, the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop and then crashed into that other boat, apparently. Overhead map. Testify to the court about the arrest, now. Wait, Mr. Von Karma? Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. He's really not. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. Wow. What a dick! A man called into the station. We headed to the scene of the crime. That's where we found Edgeworth. He didn't suspect him. But we press. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Pistol bullet added. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe? That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ack! He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Now, you would think an experienced prosecution attorney like Edgeworth would not pick up a weapon that was fired. Like, because we saw in the opening cutscene here, if nothing else, if he didn't murder the dude, he picked up the pistol. Why would he do that? Order, order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. I have a pistol. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. She's 17 from a spirit medium village. Shut your mouth. No one insults Maya but me. Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Wow. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad no shit. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now. But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Jeez. Ahem. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Again, he's pretty intimidating. Mostly because he'll probably murder your family if he doesn't get his way. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? I did a dumb. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry. It's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? That's not true. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. Yeah, you're useless? Man, that's harsh. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help. It's the thought that counts, right? Also, moral support. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. Well, you've also only had 3 cases. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Man, that's a dumb thing to say in front of Edgeworth, too. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, come on, you're in your 20s. Shut up. Sorry. Whoops. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university. That I am? Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Hey. Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Alright. It was Christmas Eve just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Wow. Huh? Judge? She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Man, having to do a rabble for a while. Of course, I forgot it for Gumshoe and the other stuff, but, you know, whatever. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So, the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. More rabble! What a rabble. Order, order, order. I will have order. Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant... Hang on a minute! Wait, Your Honour. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. Why is motive only an issue when it doesn't benefit me? You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Yeah. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? Yes, I think there was. For starters, why isn't anybody looking into, the first gunshot? Sounds more like a way to get attention than, what did he try to do? Shoot someone on a boat and miss, so he shot again? I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I don't sense anything. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this wasn't a waste of time. Pah! You have no faith in me, Judge. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. Press. Why were you camping there, anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Oi, I forgot how evil... I forgot how deep his voice... What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now, I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honour. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. I'm just doing it to annoy you. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Well, no, because that doesn't... Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. Man, that sounds like a load of crap if I ever heard it before. Yeah, sure, maybe. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. One comma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country cow can be. That sounds pretty sure. Let's go further anyway. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honour, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh. Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. I was really tempted to make a dad joke there. I decided not to. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Hold it. Who was that? It was me. Maya? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? God. Ugh. No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea, treating me like some kind of criminal? No, you're just dumb. I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. I didn't do anything. He's in contempt of court and must leave. No. But it wasn't me. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. More rabble. Order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Ms. Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Thanks, Maya. See? Always useful. Peh, I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. But she didn't say anything. Well, obviously, I have to press on this. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Oh, damn. That's it? Yeah. Alright. Photo of the lake. Got you. Got you, Ms. Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this. Look at this photograph. Shout out to Nickelback. The photo I took? The very same. It's foggy as hell. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Ms. Hart. Also the fact that it's a mile away. How can you see Edgeworth in that... Anyway. So, This picture was taken with a professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. That's not how it works. The camera's the bit that does the work, not the film. But okay. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Ms. Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen. Yeah, right. It was a cold night, and the fog was as thick as grits. Grits? Is grit thick? Okay, whatever. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Oh, she's lying about being a research student. She heard the bang coincided with Gordy, and she's actually looking for photos of Gordy. You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. And the mist was thick as grits. So once you got back in the car. Yes, you brought your binoculars with you. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. Well, no, that's not true. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Yeah. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about this camera? Yes. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of the utmost importance, Your Honour. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. I wonder if that was supposed to be like a boating joke reference. Very well, Ms. Hart, you will testify to the court about this camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. That's a lie. Faces the lake. Objection. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? Says the fact that you pointed at the lake, dumbass. I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oof. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph the shooting stars, Your Honour, or just shooting stars. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? The Gordy article, because that's what she's trying to do. She's not, in fact, a research student trying to find that. She is a conspiracy theory hunter, maybe? Ms. Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? I mean, let's see, your proof that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Your camera is pointed at the lake. At the lake. Very well, let's see it, and no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster? Take that indeed. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when the gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order, order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? No, you're just that dumb. So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey, if nothing else, that makes me feel good. Hey. But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You are hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Ms. Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. I won't change nothing though. Oh, it won't change nothing though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. New testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out on the lake. At the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time. Cross my heart and hope to fry. Stick a cupcake in your eye. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. When Karma's up to something. I know it, yeah, because she's lying. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because why? Was there a contradiction? Yeah, why would she be staring at the boat if she was looking for a Gordy? The entire reason she's there is for loud noises. So when a loud noise went off, she didn't stare at the boat, she scanned the lake to find Gordy. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, you must have something in mind. Ha, that would be a first. Aww. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Blotto's new testimony. Yes, I know, you're a big fat liar. Yes. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. There wasn't much else. Yeah, except you're lying because you were looking for this. Idiot. Ms. Hart. Were you really looking at the boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. No, of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person to be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. Yes. But you are far from normal. Eat it. What? You want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Wrecked. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You need them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. Yeah, and you tried to get an innocent man sent to jail, you dumbass. I was sure I was watching that boat, till someone pointed it out that I'm silly. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took the photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? I don't know. Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. That's right, she said she was going to enlarge it. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but let us see who's who. That's right. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let us show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? Of course, make her show the enlargement. Ms. Hart, look at this photograph. Man, Phoenix Wright loves Nickelback. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are you all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. Wrecked. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Ms. Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. Ooh. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied? Isn't it overruled? The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Lake photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You got the enlargement. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Hang on. I can't remember. Was there something about someone, that Edgeworth was right-handed? And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? I mean, aside from a motive, I guess. I guess that's not needed. Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Object to the enlargement. Your Honour, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Here, Your Honour. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honour. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that the left hand contradicts. It's the pistol. Yeah, it had Edgeworth's right hand fingerprints on it. There we go. I knew there was something to do with Edgeworth's right hand. The evidence is clear. The man in this photo is holding the pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. You have given us definitive proof today. We know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. But the defendant could have shot the victim. The victim himself. Larry! So Larry under the bus. What the hell? It was his fault. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order, order. So you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honour. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option, except that the gun wasn't pointed at himself. I mean, not that I'm going to complain, because I guess I'm fine, but anyway. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds revealed the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a metre away. A metre? That's 3 feet. Which is more than someone's arm length, I would guess. There is no way it could have been suicide. Order, order. Mr. Von Kalmer, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Man, don't question him. Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Okay. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honour. That is all. This court is adjourned. 10 minutes, my butt. Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a metre away too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Man, that is a lame-ass joke. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh, right? What? Tell us something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. Oh, you couldn't actually show gratitude to another human being, could you? That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Lotta's deposition added to the court record. Alright, to be continued. Let's have a look. Damn, this is a long investigation. So I'm not going to have time to do all of it. What we might do then is we might have this one be a shorter stream for tonight. And we'll leave it and we'll pick it back up hopefully maybe Sunday, maybe Sunday afternoon Australia time. but maybe next week. We'll see how we go. But let's do our standard save, and we'll put it into slot 2. Alrighty, cool. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in again and watching me fumble my way through a visual novel. Yeah, and yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. I'll send out a message before I do any of that. But if you want to get an email notification, if that's easier for you, you can just hit the follow icon on the channel, and then you'll get an email notification whenever I go live. So whatever suits. Thanks very much, everyone who has tuned in and hanging out. And until next time, enjoy your day.